Raise your hand if you ever bake a cake yourself. Wow. Okay, so speaking of making cake, what ingredients I will need? Like some flour and eggs. Yeah, exactly. Oil, sugar. Yeah, that's all. Like that's almost all the things we need today. 4 days ago, there was a festival in Taiwan. It is called Mid-Autumn Festival, also known as Moon Festival. And today, I will going to introduce one of the traditional desserts that we always eat in Moon Festival. It is called pineapple cake. And it is actually something between cake and cookie, but its name is pineapple cake. And I already changed all the numbers and measurement into imperial system, so you don't worry about the measurement. Yeah. And I'll talk about how to make the filling first and then the dough. And the last part is how to mix them together. Sounds easy, right? And in this recipe, you will get to make 70 pineapple cakes, but each of them will be about just this size. And first, for the filling, you will need 2 pineapple cake, no cake, 2 pineapples and 14 ounces of sugar, and you just cut all the pineapples into small pieces, and then you add the sugar and put them into the stove and heat over low heat, and make sure you stir them continuously so it won't burn. And when you cook, you will see the juice come out, and you want to cook it long enough so the juice reduces. And when it's ready, it will be thick and golden color. Usually in Taiwan, you can find fillings that are already made in the grocery store. So if you want to make this recipe easier, you can try to find it in an Asia grocery store. And now we have the fillings. Next step, the dough. For these, we need more sugar, 9 ounces of sugar, and 4.8 ounces of milk powder, 24 ounces of butter and 24 ounces of shortening, 4 eggs, 0.2 ounces of salt, and 35 ounces of cake flour. And this part is really easy. You just sieve the flour and then mix all the ingredients together, and make sure butter and shortening are the last 2 things you add it into. And you set aside for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, you roll it into a log. Okay, the dough is also well prepared now. The last part, briefly to explain it, is to wrap around the filling with the dough and then put it into oven. Then you're done. But that's too easy. You will need more information of this, so I'm going to make short story long. You cut the log into 1-inch pieces and you kind of flatten a little bit, but don't make it too thin. And you take the filling, take about a teaspoon of the filling and put it in the middle of the dough, and you wrap it completely, and you put the ball into the cookie mold and kind of push it down, and you set the oven at 300 degrees. And you turn the mold over after 10 minutes and bake more 15 minutes. And there you go, 70 pineapple cakes are done. Enjoy it. Let's do the quick review. First, make a filling by cooking sugar and pineapple together. Usually, sometimes it will take up to 2 hours, so you can maybe you can just make it ahead and then put it in the fridge. Yeah, when you have free time. And second, make the dough by mixing all the ingredients together. Last but not least, use the dough to wrap around the filling and put it into oven. Isn't it super easy? It is not only super easy, but also super tasty. And by the way, on Amazon, you can find a box of 20 pineapple cakes. And guess how much it costs? It will cost you $58.99. But it is not that expensive in Taiwan, just because you have to deliver it from Taiwan. Yeah, so I hope you can have fun when making this Taiwan traditional dessert. And just don't add too much sugar. Thank you.